Welcome everyone to a new historic Brawl video. Today I'm gonna introduce you to a new deck based on Urza Prince of Kroog. This incarnation of Urza gives +2/+2 to artifact creatures, and with 6 mana you can create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature in addition to its other types. So there are basically two ways to build a deck around this commander. One is to have a lot of creatures, artifact creatures, and make it basically into an aggro deck. But for this deck we are focusing on the second ability more than the first one. So we want to be able to create tokens of copy tokens of relevant artifacts that have useful abilities, be them enter the battlefield abilities or static abilities or other kind of abilities. But let's get to the deck. I will run you through quickly all the cards and then we can talk more about it. One thing to point out, this is the final version of the deck, but in the games that you will see after this introduction, I will be using the initial version, which contained some different cards which I removed over time, especially Planeswalker like Teferi of Dominaria, because I felt like although it's a powerful card, I was not really able to protect it effectively, so most of the time it ended up drawing a card and then dying. And same with the other Teferi that slows the sunset, because even it was even less useful in a way, although on paper it should work with heavy mana producing artifacts like Gilded Lotus, but most of the time you were just untapping something, tapping something else, and then it will die. So I took it out in favor of more control, which helped immensely. But let's start with the cards. So we start with Pact of Negation. This deck needs some counter spells because we are very vulnerable to mass artifact removals. But at the same time we want to tap out to play stuff during our turn. So Pact of Negation is the best counter for us because you can play it for free, and most of the time you will have the 5 mana to pay on the following turn. Then we have Swan Song for the same reason. It's 1 mana. The fact that it creates a 2/2 is negligible. You can deal with it easily or block it if it's necessary, and even if you don't have anything to deal with it, it's still just a 2/2. It takes a long time for it to become a threat. Then we start with artifacts. Mox Ember is our first mana stone. The inclusion of this is debatable because you don't have that many legends. I think eventually I will replace it with another mana stone when Jumpstart comes out. We have then Sword to Plowshare is the best removal in the format, nothing more to say about it. Brainstorm, we need to improve our draws in this deck because we risk between lands and mana acceleration. There is the risk that we draw only mana basically and no spells. Search for Ascanta for the same reason. Then we have Sten, Paranoid Partisan. This is also a debatable card. The discount you can get mostly on artifacts is nice, and also the fact that you can use it to block, but most of the time you are better off just getting another mana stone, another artifact. I don't feel it's a great addition overall. It's still in playtesting, I will say. Then we have some stones, Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Art. Then we have Golden Egg. The reason why I included it is because with Urza you can copy it and draw cards, and it also acts as a tech thinner. In any case, you can most of the time spare the 2 mana to just draw an extra card and move forward. Guardian Idol just for the ramp, and it's also a creature. It can become a 4/4 with Urza, which is not insignificant. Then we have Guild Globe for the same reason as Golden Egg. Mindstone, you can it's a good stone, this one, because not only you can sacrifice it and draw a card, but if you copy it, you can also sacrifice the copies. Then Ornithopter of Paradise, mostly because it's just 2 mana. Artifact ramp for 2 mana is not that abundant currently. Swift of Boots to protect Urza mostly, but also to give haste to some other creatures that we have in the deck. Glasspool Mimic, it's useful to clone some of the artifact creatures that we have in the deck, which are pretty powerful and expensive, and it's also a land, so it's great. Midnight Clock, the fact that it can net you 7 cards is pretty powerful, and it also draw a lot of removal, so a good card overall to include. Quasi-duplicate for the same reason as Glasspool Mimic, but we get 2 copies if we use Jumpstart. Then Urza Lord Protector, same as Stan, this is debatable. It's a bit better because you can meld it, but melding it is very unlikely since you have to draw both cards and nobody has to remove them, and Urza is very easy to remove. Sculpting Steel, copying, same reason as the previous ones. Skyclave Relic, it's good at the beginning, it's good later on, great overall. The Celestus, it's a ramp and it allows you to draw some cards from time to time and also gain some life. Transpider, it's a great creature overall, a lot of value for just 3 mana. It's a 2/4 with Reach, which allows you to protect yourself from flyers. It also creates Power Stone, which for 3 mana is great. It gives also a Power Stone to your opponent, but given limitations that Power Stones have, it's not usually such a big deal. And for 7 mana, it can look up artifacts from your library, which is pretty good. Unstable Obelisk, it's mostly included because if you manage to copy it, you have permanent removal, potentially limitless permanent removal, although at a very steep price. Sphinx Revelation, it gives you both card draw and life gain at instant speed for an acceptable price, I would say, especially in this deck that can accumulate a lot of mana very quickly. Then we have Cast Out, just a generic removal. There were other options, but I think this one is the best because of cycling and flash. Day of Judgment, just a Wrath effect, just like Wrath of God. We sometimes need to clear the board. We don't run nearly enough creatures to dominate the board in every game. Chemistry's Insight, card draw, repeatable. Phyrexian Metamorph can copy both creatures and artifacts also that we don't control, so overall it's very versatile. And you can also cast it for cheaper than its actual mana cost. Spark Double, it's pretty good. This has become a bit debatable, however, after removing some Planeswalkers, but it's still quite good. You can copy most things, and the fact that you can copy Karn that we have in the deck and Ugin makes it valuable enough to be included, in my opinion. Supreme Verdict, sometimes you need something, a board clear that is not counterable, so this is the only option you have for that. Cosmos Elixir, it's card filtering, card draw in the right situation, and life gain all in one, and it's pretty good if you copy it as well. Fireman Vessel, just ramp, Hadron Archive the same, plus the fact that you can draw cards from it. Icy Manipulator to protect yourself. It becomes pretty insane if you start copying it, I have to say. You can basically tap a lot of stuff every turn. Scion of Urza, as I said before, we have this and Ugin as our planeswalkers, plus Tezzeret also. This one is good mostly because of the -2, but it's also card draw and it's pretty cheap. So overall a good card, not game breaking, but still okay to have. Key to the Archive, very versatile, although a bit RNG based. You can get some pretty powerful spells, or maybe you get something that is useless. In any case, it's still ramp at 4 mana, which is the same as other artifacts of the same kind. And the fact that you can copy it and generate more cards out of it makes it pretty good in this deck. Lithoform Engine, yeah, this is a hard one. It's on paper, it's very good. It does what we need: copy stuff, copy spells, copies activated abilities. However, it never manages to do anything for me. So yeah, it's there in hopes that one day I see it perform well. Mystic Forge, you can cast artifacts from the top of your library, so it's a pseudo card draw, and you can filter out cards you don't want by paying 1 life. Pretty good overall. Phyrexian Processor, it's a great card, a favorite of mine. It allows you to create insanely big tokens. As you will see in one of the games, it's not really good to copy it, but still it can win games on its own. I had games in which I just played this and nothing else, and I won. So Stone Retrieval Unit, it's similar to the Tran Spider, albeit a bit slower and without lots of the benefits, but still okay to run in my opinion, and it gives you an early blocker if you get somewhat early for 4 mana, if you get it soon enough. Mass Manipulation is just a game winner. With all the mana you have, you can usually steal lots of permanents. Platoon Dispenser, it's an interesting card. It has an hurt which is not that great in my opinion, although you can manage to squeeze in a few tokens while unhurting it. But the main advantage is the drawing, and if you manage to copy this, it becomes insane quite quickly. Then we have Espet Conquers Death. Just a good removal overall that does a lot of things for us. Then we have Tezzeret Artifice Master, mostly because of the drawing. In this deck you most likely will have 3 artifacts, so you will always draw 2 cards. Then next, Forsaken Monument. For obvious reasons, we have quite a few artifact creatures, and we have also artifacts that produce colorless mana, and we also play a lot of colorless spells. So this gives us a buff to the creatures, more mana and life gain all in one. The downside is it cannot be copied. Gilded Lotus is just mana ramp. The Mightstone and Weakstone, it's a great artifact. It gives us 2 mana and also draws us cards or act as a removal. The great thing is you can actually copy this. It will die, but it will still trigger the effect. So overall, I think it's worth it. Steel Seraph, it's a great creature, a finisher, and it has lifelink. It can give lifelink to other creatures. It can come down early or later on as a bigger threat, so very versatile. Fall of the Tran, this is for decks that ramp a lot and rely on having lots of lands. You can kill them basically by playing this. You are not affected as much as they are because of all the mana stones. Yeah, it's a bit situational, so it's debatable whether it's good or not, but for now it's in. God Pharaoh Statue, It's great overall. It slows your opponent down a lot and it pings them for 1 damage, which is not really important. Ugin, it does everything you need basically. Creates tokens, draws you card, makes everything cost less, and destroy permanents. Wurmcoil Engine, a great creature from the past of Magic, which returned recently. With that touch and lifelink, and survives in a way board wipes or straight up removal, although not exile. And it also quite, for 6 mana, it's quite cheap considering what it is. Combat Thresher, this is a good, not incredible card. For 7 mana, a 3/3 is not what you want, but for 3 mana, 1/1 double strike that draws you a card is very nice. And if you have Urza, it becomes a 3/3, and every copy you make of it will draw you a card and be a 3/3 double strike, which is great. Then we have Seagate Restoration. It's just a land, so there is really no downside in including it. Platinum Angel, Meteor Golem, just to have a repeatable removal. Platinum Angel, it's situational. Some decks can remove it very easily, some others can't. But if you copy it, even those that can usually get rid of it will have some troubles in dealing with it. Ondo Inversion, it's not a spell that you want to cast often, but considering you can play it as a land, and you can end up in a mirror in which you might want to sacrifice some of your permanents to get rid of the opponent ones, it's good to have it. Cityscape Leveler is just another bigger Meteor Golem. The downside of creating a Power Stone is not that big most of the times, and the fact that it's a big 8/8 and can be unhurted is quite relevant. Also take note of the fact that it destroys when being cast, so cloning it doesn't give you value right away, but also countering it is not so easy. Then we have Alchemy Metamorph, is just another clone that you can use to clone small things and make them bigger. Overall, it's nice, not incredible. Portal to Phyrexia is a great artifact. It does a mini board wipe for the opponent, making them sacrifice 3 creatures, and then acts as recursion, and it's not legendary, so you can copy it as much as you want, and every time you kill 3 creatures on the opponent's side. Let's get to the lands. Nothing unexpected here. We have Castle Vantress, so do some filtering. All of Storm Giants versus Control. Ottawa Sorin City, just because it's great, it has no downside, basically. Then what else? Ark of Orazka, because of the card draw, and it's very easy in this deck to ascend. And then lastly, all of Taxin. It can create Power Stones. It's not game breaking in any way, but there can be turns in which you don't have much to do and the opponent is not threatening you in any way, so you can just spend 4 mana and get a Power Stone. And later on, when you have some Power Stone laying around, this allows you to use the mana for the Power Stone to pay the 1 mana ability and get the mana of any color from them. And that's it. Basically, we are running 38 artifacts and 37 lands, but these lands don't include the lands that double as spells, so we are pretty much around 40 lands, which give us a lot of mana overall. The deck is good. It's not hyper competitive, but it's very fun to play, as you will see in the games, I hope, following this introduction. So that said, everything I had to tell you, I told you. Let's start with the first game, and I hope you enjoy. Let's see what do we get. The deck is not super strong in my opinion, but it performs strangely well against several different kind of decks, both control and aggro. I guess it will have more issues with combo decks because cannot really interact with them and cannot stop their combos very easily unless they are creature based combos. So this end looks decent. We have draw and removal with the Milestone, although it comes at 5 mana, but we have a lot of mana. Glasspool Mimic is not really useful right now, but we have plenty of lands, so we don't have to play it immediately. I think we can go with this. And our opponent is Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, so I expect lots of vampires. Luckily we start first, so that's a big advantage against an aggro deck like this one. It's gonna be probably. We go with the Ornithopter of Paradise for some earlier ramp. Let's see if our opponent deems it worthy of being removed. I'm not gonna block. No point in risking this being destroyed. And let's go with the Fireman Vessel. Next turn we can remove something with the Milestone or draw a card. We could also copy the Ornithopter, but I don't feel it's very useful. This is a better option perhaps. If we did... I mean, damage is still low. We are getting it next turn for 4 damage. We could go the Milestone to draw and then play Wurmcoil Engine. Or we could remove the Blood Artist, which is also annoying. Card draw seems nice, however. We don't have much in our hand. Let's go with card draw. And now we could go with 4 and get some more mana. Next turn we can play the Wurmcoil Engine and copy it. And that should be a problem with the for opponent. Even if he has some exile, he will have to have 2 of those to deal effectively with both Wurmcoil Engine.
I bring only the fight. Make yourself useful.
So he's gonna kill the stone. Okay, he's gonna kill the stone retrieval unit and deal 1 damage. And then he's gonna attack for it. That's okay. Oh, this is also good. You can't do both. But limiting what they can do seems quite important, and we can then follow up with this. We get a blocker. Maybe we should attack. I think it's better to attack.
You cannot hurt my hollow soul.
We need to take some more damage, but the fact that we put down the God Pharaoh statue is gonna hamper his gameplay by a lot. He might be able to remove Urza, but it's gonna cost him... Yeah, it was a bad. He was in a bad spot, and was gonna get worse next turn with the Wurmcoil Engine. Hopefully we'll do better this time. Long wait. Oh, feather, very annoying. We don't have a lot of protection against flyers. So we can cycle these. We have 2 mana. There is the verdict, which is nice, but it's not a great end. That's Hooligan, and we get early ramp, into more ramp, and Teferi. Overall, I think it's okay. Opponent goes first, which is not nice for us. We are gonna keep the Ondo Inversion around. It might be the only thing that saves us. This deck as a fast, and we have some reach, which is nice. And the Angel. Maybe this deck doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with it. Although I don't expect it. Opponent is afraid of counters. And this Power Stone. Wash Away is a very nice card because people are afraid about it even when you don't have it. Okay, throwing cards. Let's go with the Archive. We could still go with the Fairy and +1. Maybe that's the way. What if we +1 and then untap 1 land? I think we can do it to absorb a bit of damage in any case.
Time for a complex plan. Let's compromise.
And we untap this. This.
Second here.
And we can
second
attack.
there. Who's counting?
It doesn't matter much, but why not? And hopefully opponent is not able to deal with it immediately. Or if he does, he's using a removal perhaps. Okay, still 4. Needs to do something more. If it stays at 1, I think it did its job. Okay. Well, I'm pretty happy about this outcome.
Only time will tell.
Unfortunately, opponent is gonna get back everything. Let's play Urza. And let's also animate this. It's quite a lot of damage. But opponent might have some removal. Perhaps. I think if we manage to have the Platinum Angel stick and copy it a few times, opponent will not be able to deal with it. Ever, perhaps. Same plan as before. And it's gonna be 10 damage. We could also deal 10 damage the turn afterwards. But we need to protect ourselves because we are quite low. Oh, that's unexpected. So opponent doesn't think he can kill us before we kill him. Since we gained some time. So plus X, destroy. One damage. Double the power. He must have some protection, but usually it won't be. He can put a +1, so we cannot remove it that way. If we play this, no, we are left without mana. We can go with this. Yeah, I think we need to. It's gonna be a 6/6. And next turn we can copy it. So now we have to hope. I don't plan to attack this turn. Doesn't seem useful. Yeah, opponent is gonna buff. I doubt they can do 27 damage in one go. But even if they can, they have to deal with the angel now. And if we can copy the angel, they basically cannot win. Save some very weird things. Yeah, it's gonna be 13. Sorry, it's gonna be 12 damage, perhaps. Okay. That's just, I guess it's for blocking us. But next turn we start doing some funny things. Yeah, have it back. We can play this, get 2 cards and copy the angel. Let's see if opponent has some removal. He doesn't. Now we are in a very good spot. Now we just need to wait, basically. And the advantage that we accumulate over time is gonna destroy him. Having 2 Platinum Angels, it's very hard to deal with, and we are gonna create even more. And then we can just put down a Phyrexian processor for 10 or something. Oh, how I wish that when Phyrexia Old will be 1 releases, they give us Darksteel Forge as well. Just to have that indestructible Platinum Angel and copy it. Eventually I think maybe opponent can find a solution to this, but it's gonna take some time. At some point we should use this Otawara to bounce back, attempt and bounce back weather. I'm gonna copy the angel. Twice. I would expect opponent to concede at this point, but apparently that's not gonna happen. We could also ramp up with the Tran, but I don't see the point. I'm gonna create several angels before committing to an attack. Actually, next turn I will play the Phyrexian Processor for 10 and try and kill opponent with that. So 4 we can use the processor and create a copy of the angel at the same time. We could also create a copy of the processor, but at this point in time I don't feel like it's needed. So we can do that at any time. Let's go on with our angel production. Let's keep the original, you never know. Worst case scenario is gonna have to use double removal. In any case we have 3. Actually, we should keep the Platinum Angel in hand now. I wonder if opponent has something that can do this. He might have some mass damage spell that can kill us. he has trample. So there's no point in blocking. Although with this he has to can prevent. So if he doubles it, it's 20 minus 6. It's gonna be 14. We go to 3. Let's block it. It's not a big deal after all. So it's gonna be 24. So it doesn't matter. We still go minus something, minus 10. Opponent didn't go all out as he could have. I'm wondering if we should blow up everything. But then we die because we don't have enough mana to do all over. Key to the archive could be useful. Regrowth seems like the only realistic choice. We don't really need this. We could play the angel. Give us another blocker. And actually the advantage of this angel is that it dodges things that do. We can play this. That deal 5 damage. And we can regrow it if it gets killed. We need to start creating 10-10s next turn. And it would be nice to have the Weakfoot boots to protect the angel, at least from targeted removal. Nah, now we go below 0. And no point in blocking. Oh, it doesn't have anymore the double the power of target creature. That's good. But doesn't change much. We could kill it. But come on, he should be able to give it double strike, and we lose too much. Let's go to 0. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, this thing is gonna be able to deal also with the processor token. It's quite insane. You can copy the processor and for 100 or something. Although I'm not sure if it works. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Can we pay life? We don't have. I never tried. Probably not. We can also scry a bit, maybe. To speed up this game, otherwise it's gonna last forever. What can we do actually to get out of this spot? I mean, there are many spells that can save us, but I'm worried he will have some protection for his permanents. He definitely has something that deals damage to everything, and I guess that's why I wanted to remove the original angel, because it's too big. So that means he probably has it in hand. So we need, if we can get the monument, perhaps. Is there anything we can regrow? Nothing really useful. I hope he doesn't attack. Why? There's no point in this. And sorry, what's the proposed solution? Yeah. Let's copy. And if we scry, we can steal. This is useless. Good thing that we scried. We can create a 10-10. Opponent has way too many cards. I have the feeling opponent will concede at some point. There's really nothing that helps us. But if we get a mass manipulation, actually let's put a stop at the start of our turn, so we scry again. If we get a mass manipulation, we can mass manipulation and then get it back with regrow and do it again. And that should win us the game. Phyrexian Metamorph, actually it's not bad. And I think we should keep it. Now, even if he manages to do 5 damage to everything, he has to deal with 2 Platinum Angels that are bigger than that. So he needs multiple mass damage spells. Or multiple removals on top of the spell. Let's stop again before our draw. How much mana do we have left? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not enough for creating an angel and a 10-10, but I think we are okay with the angel business. So we can start creating 10-10s. Eventually we'll have to deal with those creatures. Or I can try creating, I mean, let's waste a turn and see if we can start creating 100 100s or something like that. So opponent will have really to deal with dance. Maybe we can crush them. Yes. It's quite annoying. Yeah, it's big. But not as big as what we are gonna create. It's gonna be really annoying. If we lose, it's gonna be really annoying. Yeah, 71. That's nothing. Well, I see also opponent is in the token business now. But there are tokens and tokens. Unfortunately, we cannot use it immediately. Oh, we can't. We can't. That's a pity. Well, 62 turns, but opponent is drawing more, so assuming he doesn't have a way to deal with this. Okay, and here is what we need. Actually, we cannot really protect Desert, so there's no point in keeping him. Although he could have given us 2 cards, but... So now, how many creatures can we steal? 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 creatures. Should probably attempt this. I mean... At least we see if he has a protection spell. Even if he has it, it shouldn't be a mass protection spell. It can give protection from blue to feather, but not to everything else. I assume. And if he can't, he's just done for. Indestructible is not gonna help. Okay. That's nice. Still can't attack. This is 71, it's gonna take a long time to kill him. So he can give a X-Proof, this is never gonna end. I think we can find another way. So we have to invent things here. But next turn I'm gonna start copying the key to the archive. My idea is that that way we can get a counter. Once we get a counter, we get back the mass manipulation and counter the thing that gives X-proof and steal it. And we can also counter other things. So that should work. Actually, that should assure our victory. If we have counters, you cannot win ever. And actually in that way we can also get 2 coming out the second sun and win the game with that. But first the counter, if we can get our hands on it. This is also gonna give us more and more mana. So we keep on doing it. And at the end we are gonna have a lot of keys to the archive. Wow, this game turned out to be quite absurd. I wonder if I should get back the mass manipulation before he comes up with some graveyard removal. Probably I will do it, but now I'm curious to see what we get from the key to the archive. Let's get some cards. Now that we have one, it's gonna be hard to stop us. These are all bad. I guess we might use this to destroy something. This draws a card, but not very useful. Let's get this. And we discard it. Yeah. Actually, we should do it with more card in hand. So let's copy this. We are gonna keep this one, but we get 2 cards. And now we can copy the key to the archive. This is nice. Instant speed creature removal is nice. Let's get it and discard a white land. And our turn is done. No attacks. Opponent is really short on removal. It would have made sense to kill Urza by now, although I can replay it, of course, but at least the angel, which I can get back, but he doesn't know I can. The only annoying thing is that turns are so long. Getting multiple petrifies could also work. If we get enough, we can attack with everything. Actually, maybe not everything, but quite a few things. Yeah, he can kill Urza and slow me down a bit. This is not very useful. It's probably just gonna ignore it. And if kills Urza, I can create one less angel. One less key to the archive. Not really that relevant. Next turn I have a lot more mana, by the way. Because of the 2 new keys to the archive. Yeah. No blocks. Does this trample? Actually, we can just wait and kill it when this ability is triggering. And then we have 1 turn to kill it. And we can do that by doing regrow on Putrefy and kill him. Then he can replay it, of course. But he loses 1 turn in which we can attack with everything. It's nice because we know exactly what he has in hand. I don't think we need this land. Let's copy a key to the archive. We have 1 land to discard. Double Putrefy or Time Warp? Let's go with Time Warp for now. We keep this. Draw 2 cards. We could do Time Warp. I think we should. That's useless. Yeah, that's fine, but not very useful, I will say. Let's copy some more. This spark. Not very useful, I think. But it's the most useful card here. And we discard it. We don't attack. Oh, we shouldn't have played the land. Let's copy again. Counterspell is actually what we might need. Now we have won. We keep this. Draw 2 cards. We played the monument, but I want to play it using only mana that I don't need. Oh, we got 1 extra mana. Well, with 1 white, we can play this. I don't want. Why does he keep suggesting? I want to keep the lands so they are immune to damage. Let's copy this again. And keep this. Draw 2 cards. And next. Next. No attacks. Enter. And pass. Okay. Now we are set. I don't expect us to die. Ever. It's a pity we can't copy this. Although there is a way in which we can do it. Solar Blaze. Interesting. And we counter it. Right in time, by the way. Next turn we get it back with regrowth. I hope he doesn't have multiple. Then he played well and he deserved the win. He's gonna gain life. If we are not super unlucky, we should be able to go infinite next turn or something. I mean, the more we copy that thing, the more we should be able to get time warps. So it doesn't have X-proof yet. Still no X-proof. Even if opponent end up losing, he played well. I could have played better actually, but it's the first time that I get into such a degenerate game with this deck, so figuring out everything was getting difficult. He must have multiple protections. Still no X-proof. I must have missed something. Maybe he doesn't have the X-proof anymore. But I don't see why. Did he discard it? That would have been crazy. Now when he's about to get everything back, we kill him. Useless attack, but it has vigilance, so why not? Icy Manipulator will be so annoying for the opponent. Especially if... Yeah. He's gonna protect it. I'm not sure we have enough mana to cast another one, to cast the cast out, but no, we don't have it. But that's fine. Because now it should be out of protection. Destroy target artifact. On what? I mean, there is an artifact that should destroy it, this one. But I cannot tell what is target. Or is he killing? Oh, this one. Okay, makes sense. It's gonna just slow me down a bit. So, I don't think we have any more mana. Let's go to our turn. Tempting. Oh, we have Ice Manipulator. That's so funny. Can we test it? That's fun. That's quite fun. Yeah. Let's put a stop here. Let's get an insurance. Actually, it's tempting, but let's not do it. And opponent concedes. Well played. Well played. And it's Ramos. Not as strong as the other 5-color commanders in my opinion, but let's see. Our hand is okay, we get some early ramp and we go first. We have all the colors. We miss a land probably, but I'm confident we can get something, so let's try. We start with this, tapped. We got the third land, but it's a bit slow. Let's go with this and see if we get a better land. No ramp for the opponent. And we got our land and we can go with the key to the archive. Time warp sounds good to me. What can we discard? We don't have a lot of use for this now. Although giving up a land is not nice. We don't have a lot to play. And we don't have a lot of colorless mana either, so let's go with Urza. With the colors opponent has now, they might surely have some removal. I think it's better if we destroy this. Can we do something else? No, I think this is the best thing we can do.
I gave it to you long before your kind. If I can create
And then we attack.
or destroy.
We might want to cast the Chemistry Insight before using Time Warp, or maybe we can duplicate Key to the Archive if nothing relevant happens this turn. So, I wouldn't know what to discard. Okay. Nothing special going on at this moment. Oh, I should have kept that. 2, 3. We can cast this for 3. Let's look at the first card of the deck.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
I mean, we can discard the Chemistry side. I think I will get a counter spell. Now we are in a better spot. If they attack, we can block with this and get the second Urza. If they play Ramos, we can counter it, or we can also kill everything, although we lose the second key. I don't see any reason to let him do this. And we block. This Urza is not very useful, so we might also keep on copying.
Truth lies beyond vision.
Every copy we make is a very big advantage for us. Doomblade sounds nice. Destroying all creature is good, but we already have it. Targeted removal seems better, especially if they play Ramos at some point. Although it's non-black, but we can kill the Ornithopter. I guess they will not like it. Okay, we can actually play whatever we want. I'd rather draw. Don't care much about Urza. And getting this cast out will be nice also. Okay. I guess next turn is Time Warp time. Resolve. block. Discard Urza. Got 2 lands. We go for Time Warp now. And create a token.
Ether itself.
And opponent concedes. Not bad, not bad. Let's go with another one. I have no clue what this is. Never saw this commander before. And not for lack of playing. Let's look at it. So, whenever an opponent attacks one or more planeswalker you control, put a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. Whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability on opponent control, you may draw a card. 2/3 for 3. Otherwise, planeswalker, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, if a creature card was discarded this way, draw 2 cards instead. -2, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, gains haste, exile it at the beginning of your next upkeep. Or you get an emblem with whenever a creature enters battlefield under your control, it is damage equal to its power to any target. For 6. This end looks a bit too slow for me. My IC manipulator good at 2 lands plus the inversion. Let's go with a mulligan. Yeah, this looks better. We get mana for this, from that, and we have Urza. That's okay. Let's get it. Go. Helicopter. We don't have many artifacts, so next turn I will go with Urza if we can. Considering what we have in hand, that was not a very beautiful play. Urza might very well die here. Nice. Put it tapped and get 1 extra mana, which we don't particularly need at the moment, but it allows us to do Cosmo Elixir into Brainstorm or Wrath of God into Brainstorm. This is quite annoying. Definitely don't want that now. We can put back this as well. And yeah, we want it like this. Neat! We can create a power stone. We are already 7 mana. I should have put up the Colossus. This flies, but we can block it. If opponent has removal, it's fine by me. Oh no.
Fight like your soul. Fight for Avernus, you fiend.
Funny thing is, we can steal it and then protect it I don't wanna wait. Oh, we can't because of that. But we can draw or create another power stone. 2, 4, 6, 8. We are already at 8. What do we destroy, by the way? Well, we destroy 2 lands and we lose 1. Let's go with this.
Rain
I think
hellfire on
it's time
them!
we killed everything. Now we can more easily play.
Get in formation!
This is probably what we want to do now. Get an extra land.
Unleash your ferocity!
Now we can follow up with the Sundering Titan. It's getting a bit out of control here.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra crispy! Watch me heat up the dance floor!
I think we need to kill that. So if we pay 4, we get 2. So we can still play it. Yeah, draw your card.
A lost battle does not quell my fury!
And the extra land is welcome. We can steal everything next turn.
Give
That's
a
fine.
toast? I'd love to!
Oh, this hurts. Or we can still do something. Draw your cards, but we get your permanents.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
So what did they exile? Yeah, quite a few things.
You wanna dance?
It's actually
Then let's
quite a
dance.
nice ability. Basically makes his attacks useless.
Hey,
Oh, that's
better not
you.
ruin my dress, buddy.
Really wants this planeswalker
It's not
there.
as bad as it looks.
So, one plain, one mountain, one highland. Let's keep this alive.
You're
If we can
lucky
manage
this is a
that.
warning shot.
What we can do now is copy this. Okay, we don't get the chance to do that. Let's go with Urza.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
I'm not sure what they are gonna bring back. But we don't have anything really. That's fine. We can replay it. Peak action. Now next turn we can play that as well. For now let's keep this up.
Woohoo! Watch me heat up the dance floor.
Now if we get some cheap artifact we can copy of all the things.
Anyone who stands in my way is
I
getting
suppose it's gonna
sizzled.
put the mark, the emblem. No. Okay, Urza again.
Make some more room to fight in.
He's really overestimating how useful it is right now.
I am ancient and wise. My plans do not
Reduced to embers.
Pity we don't have red cards.
Aw, you're looking a little singed.
It's really useful as for us. I don't understand why opponent is so well bent on killing it. This is a good blocker. Artifacts, I guess. Not really what we needed.
manifest before you.
Give a toast? I'd love to.
We are not in such a bad position. Although opponent has a lot of mana now. But only 2 cards and he concedes. I think he could have tried to go on. It didn't seem like a lost game. So next game. Oh, that was quick. Calix, Destiny's End. Opponent goes first. This end is not very fast. Although we have some mana stones. It only affects creatures and enchantments with the -3, so our mana is safe technically. We could try this. Let's try. We have plenty of mana. We have some filtering with the semesters. Okay, is it gonna run Harnert? That's kinda unexpected. Let's go with Search for a Scanter. tired. Maybe this is a bit too much now. Let's go with the midnight clock, the sooner the better. Okay, I thought he was gonna play some instants. Gonna exile it. I mean, this is very strange. I will never waste. It could have destroyed also. The search for a scam if we waited just one turn. Maybe we should. It's gonna take us forever to play it. Yeah, let's go. We can take some more damage just to get in a better position with the mana. But really, using this card now. This seems useful. Choices. I mean, we are gonna get. I mean, you can use this also, so it doesn't really matter much. You can slow him down. Okay. What? Is he trying to animate? Or simply forgot that he couldn't do that? We already have a cloning effect. We could go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and copy it. But we can still do that. Let's go. Need to go with 2, otherwise it's useless. Okay, we are safe for one turn. No, we're not. We still gain 6, so it's not too bad. And this is good. Now we need to go a bit all out. Try to get something before we die. Lifelink on both of them. I guess it's fine. Okay, we have the mana to do this. So, but if we destroy this, it doesn't matter really. So we better free up our flyer. Careful not to destroy the creature. Lifelink. Lifelink. Keeping ourselves up close. Let's counter this. And opponent concedes. Maybe premature, but cool. Let's move on to another game. Realistically, what could have happened afterwards? He could just hold off, but yeah, he was getting damage 6 every turn. Then he would have had to exile the 8/8, which would have destroyed another permanent. Yeah, actually, he was not in a good spot at all. Still a slow end, but we go first. Let's keep. Let's keep. Well, probably no point in keeping this in hand. Plan is to get to 5 mana as soon as possible to kill this before it gets completely unmanageable. Now if we only get a land, it would be nice. At 2 mana is not too bad. But if she gets more, it could be difficult. Also, I'm afraid about counter here. Yeah, not too threatening. But still not good either. Let's see what comes. Okay. Huh? Maybe I missed something, but why not do this before? Unlucky draws, it seems. Let's go with Skycleave and Ascanta. And then we pray. Six. Still not that bad. But opponent has also 6 more mana with the Power Stone, so... And even more with this, true. Yeah. Chances that we die are very high now. Yeah, it's dead. He has also 3 artifacts.
Think you can keep up? You're still one step behind.
We still need to kill her, but it's not that useful at this point. Please copy the transpiler. Not that I need it really, but at least we get the power slot. That doesn't seem very useful. This is not useful either. We can... I mean... We have to stop Jhoira for 1 turn at least.
Let's see how you respond to
Technically,
cheers.
if we get a board wipe, maybe we are still gonna be able to do something, but I doubt it. Yeah, no, it's over. Even if we get a board wipe now, we cannot play it. If you get this, we can play the Godfather statue. Not very useful. And we also get some mana for the future, which there is not gonna be any future probably, but better than nothing, I guess.
Brilliance comes easily to me.
Yeah, this deck, as I said earlier, has issues with combo or similar things, and this deck plays basically like a combo. Fine, let's block 1. Still not enough mana for a board wipe, but we cannot really spend time here. Almost. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we play this, we cannot use it. We can play... No, we can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should. No, we can't. Can't play this either. Yeah, can't play anything. I mean, we have to do something. But we die. I think we are dead in any case, so... I think we can say good game already.
I know what must be done.
Let's allow opponent to finish us off. It's a pretty nice commander, although if you have some removals at the beginning, it's quite easy to stop it in its tracks. So, okay, that felt quite unnecessary. And okay, we lost one. Okay, this concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe, and see you next time for another historic Brawl deck.